Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome everybody back to our little bi-weekly adventure here at Nick's Garage. As I say, we do this every couple of weeks. I'm just turning down some volumes over here and getting ready to take you out to see what's going on with Nick. I can hear some doors slamming. Let's find out what's happening. It's been a busy couple of weeks at the shop. Lots to tell you about. It's the week before Halloween, kind of spooky. Here we go. Beautiful Goldilocks is the host of the show tonight, everybody. And there's Mr. Nick. Hey, folks.
Hey, here we are. Do I need the mic right now?
Not if
Not
you don't
yet.
want it. I'll hang on to it for you, Nick. You got your hands full.
Yeah, I got my hands
Beautiful
full.
snacks.
It's Friday night, live from Nick's Garage. And I just want to say a very special thank you to Jeff and Heather from Ontario, Ancaster, Ontario, for feeding us with all these cupcakes and so many of them. John, have one. Tom, everybody, there they are.
That's just a sampling. There's 2 boxes of cookies.
And
There's
they got,
another whole box
and
of
they got the
those.
decor of the Halloween, which is coming up in a few days.
Here they come.
Look at that.
I don't know why we're holding it next to the floor, but there it is.
Is that something or what, eh? That is.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, wait,
More
we're gonna.
beautiful
we're gonna
cupcakes.
tomorrow, Saturday morning, you know what's gonna happen, eh? They're all gonna be gone. Saturday morning, everybody's here for a coffee. They'll be gone. Anyways, let's get started.
And of course, they're all brought to you, Nick, by the beautiful owners of that beautiful car in the background there.
That's right. Here, let me just get my coffee, and let's talk about it. Here it is.
Welcome,
Goldilocks.
everybody. Nick, you've already got 300 people watching you tonight.
300. Come on, let's make 1,000.
It's a good number, 300.
It is. It is.
There she is.
I see that. I just want to say if Jeff and Heather are watching at the moment, these are all the shirts that were given to us from Jeff and Heather.
Nicely posed there. Thank you, Baba.
And
I've got mine on too, everybody.
thank you, Robert.
And the younger
Nico's
set.
got it. And like
Fantastic.
when Jeff was here the other day with his wife, he was saying, listen, I'm going to get shirts with the whole gang that works here,
So
or
generous.
whoever's involved. And here we are, guys. We gave them out, and we still have Manny. He's still working on something with a fuel pump, and he'll get his shirt after. But in the meantime, I just wanted to say, if you guys have seen the video on this a couple of weeks ago, was it, George?
It'll be on Monday. You've seen the video of the engine on the Dyno already.
Oh,
a couple
yeah,
weeks ago.
yeah.
But you're going to see the test drive of this car on Monday.
Yeah.
Let me just say it was very interesting.
It was interesting. Well, I'll let the people decide on Monday when they watch it. I was told to drive it like I stole it. So you guys, you use your judgment when you guys see it on Monday night.
And now he's getting cookie crumbs on it.
Well, at least it's her cookie crumbs, right?
Indeed.
That's right.
I have to ask it, Nick, do you know if there's some kind of professional cooks in that family or what? I mean, it's good stuff.
Well, and chocolate is my favorite.
And the presentation. Sorry for the mouthful on Nick, everybody. He's going to finish soon.
No, the chocolate is one of my favorites, let me tell you.
It goes down easy.
Now it's no more a 360, it is a real stroker 408.
Yeah.
Actually bored out 40, so it's a 410 cubic inch. It rides nice, it's got a beautiful idle, got lots of vacuum power brakes, and it's got a flat tappet cam. Goes good, it's got the power, well, we mentioned in our video, it's got the power of a Hemi and the torque of a Hemi. Now, they did good numbers.
Impressive.
Right.
I think Ravel's been busy in here, hasn't he?
Sorry, I wanted to say, Robert, I was just telling Jeff you were working on the car. Wait,
Nick will have a swallow. Why don't you tell us what you've been working on, Matt?
yeah, Robert.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
think Jeff was not pleased with the way his dash, the lightning on the dash,
Very dim.
very dim. So we Mopar guys have a trick for this. We bypassed the switch. I'll show you. We have the whole switch here.
Spinning around here.
Okay. So this is the faulty switch. I don't know if you can see George here. It says D, R, and I.
Yeah, I can see it. I don't know if it's getting through YouTube's compression, but there it is.
Okay, so the D is for the dome light. This switch has 2 functions. One to dim the lights on the dash, and if you go counterclockwise fully, it brings a ground to your dome light. So the one that Jeff had was this one, and it didn't work on both functions. It didn't work on the dome and didn't work on the dim. So the dim, what we do is we take this plug out on the back and we put a jumper between the two. And I still put up another wire from here to the third terminal to ground.
Trick. I like that.
But it's going to be hard for you to see, but there's a lot of corrosion here.
Oh dear.
And
See the green in there?
yeah, so I don't know, probably not at the camera, maybe
Yeah,
this way.
there it is. Yeah, the
Okay.
pile of green.
So this little brass pad here, it's supposed to touch the casing to ground it, and this is where I was losing contact, so the dome light didn't work. So Nick had another one that was not working on the dim side, but it was at least working for the dome light. So here's the result.
Let's show it off.
What should I
Should we
look at,
take the
dome?
should we take the lights down?
Sure, I'll take the lights down.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Let's
Give me a
set
second.
the- I'll
Give me a minute, I'll close the lights, okay? I'm gonna shut the lights for a minute. Manny, do me a favor, close the lights for a sec. Whoop.
Bye, Nick. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so Manny is going to take down the lights, Manny.
Okay,
please.
ready?
Okay, so maybe you come here, George.
Whoops. What's going wrong with my camera
I
here?
hope Jeff is online.
Should I turn my light off?
Maybe.
We're going to be in pitch black, folks. Here we go. Oh, there they are. There they are.
And show the dome light, Robert, at the same time.
Okay, and can you see the dome light, George?
Yeah, it'll light up
So
the whole
if
car.
I go counterclockwise fully,
There she is.
and it also works with the doors. So
Nice. Give us that dash one more time.
That's so much brighter. It's so much brighter.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It is. You know when it,
I'll shut the door because with the dome, I don't know if you can.
Yep, people are noticing how we speak like real Quebecois. We say we close the lights here.
or turn them off, we should say.
Yeah.
But there you have it, you guys. You know what? There's nothing driving a nice muscle car and your dash lights are so dim. You know, we also did the same for my Kawasaki Challenger. You know, you're driving in the dark, you want to see the whole dash lit up. And this one has a overhead console light, you know, on the dash pad, lights it up because the light bulbs are not in the cluster, they're overhead. So Robert made the contact directly with the switch. This way you get 100% power to your light bulbs.
And it'll probably get a little bit brighter when the alternator will be charging.
Mm-hmm.
So
That is correct.
Oh, it looks sexy here. I hope that's coming through, folks.
And this car will be leaving next week, so Robert came here tonight just in time to let me get it done. There was a couple of things to be done, so we did that. And if you guys want to hear the idle, I'll start her up. Yeah. And one idle on the dyno. This is in the car now. Here.
Nice. 440 people watching Nick. There's
440.
Yeah.
That's our magic number, 440. Okay, here we go. Got a beautiful idle, doesn't it? It's a 410, but it's 40 over. It's a 408 stroker. You know, he was told it was a 408 stroker when he bought it. And then he told me, no, Nick, since you got the car, take out the engine, put it on the dyno. And we took it out of the car, like Jeff said, put it on the dyno, see what it does. And before you know it, we made hardly any horsepower, any torque. And the worst of it, the moment it warmed up, we did not even have 10 pounds of oil pressure. So then after Jeff finding out what I told him, he told me, Nick, take it apart and let's see what we got.
Thank God.
And then we took it apart, we found out it wasn't not even a stroker, it was just a 360 cast crank. And this is where we came in and bought a stroker kit.
That's not cool when people do that.
I know. And he was told it was a stroker when he bought it.
Yeah.
It's got Hemi power in a small block, which is great.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, installing the headers was a challenge.
Oh, I can see
It
that.
was a challenge. You know, you figure it's a small block. You might have a lot of room, but let me tell you, this was a challenge.
And also the wires have a nice challenge getting hot with the headers too.
Yeah.
And the
Well-
center link goes through the others. I
Yes,
think, on this
yes.
one.
And we had to make a little passage for the, we had to make a little dent on the header to pass the center link, drag link.
Yeah.
It was scratchy before. So we had to bend it down so it doesn't go through the header after a while.
Yeah, from my experiences, Nick, I've had the small block. The Magnum had a 360. They had countless 440s.
Yes.
The 400, 383, 400 is the easiest to do the headers on.
Well, yeah, but
If you do headers.
you know, sometimes it depends on the manufacturer.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't see a name on these headers, but let me tell you, they're tough to put in there.
They got really thick flanges. They look like
Yes, they do.
TPI.
I even bought special header bolts that had a 5/16 head.
Yes.
So I could put the wrench in there. Because you know, in the tube, here's the flange. I just want to show people. When you have a flange, right here, and then when you have a flange, and when the tube turns right away, the header bolt is very difficult to put in. So you buy bolts from ARP with a 5/16 head. Even though the stud is a 5/16, you buy the head of the bolt 5/16, or even 3/8. But what comes with the headers is a 7/16 head on the bolt. So if you want more clearance, you look it up, you'll find the ARP carries them. That's what we did in this case, and we got them installed.
And the other thing that everybody says, everything's bolt-on, which is never is.
No, I know that one.
Nothing.
Been there, done that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down. Wait, George, I want to see the tack. I want to show Jeff the tack is working. If you want to, go ahead. Check all the gauges. The tack, we had to put an MSD tack adapter. It didn't work. So that was on the list when the car was brought here. Then we changed the dash pad. We did a carpet job on this. We put a stroker kit.
This is such a nice cruising car.
It is. It's a.
I love the idle. It's like enjoyable.
And let me tell you, it's a fun car to drive, and it's a pistol grip. Look,
I know.
it's a pistol grip, 4-speed.
I know that.
This is a fun car to drive. Let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful ride. Let me tell you.
How you doing? Good. How are you?
Leo, what's going on?
Matching shirts. Yeah.
Hi. Okay.
Busy night at the shop.
Leo, what brings you to town, buddy? That's Friday night live from Nick's garage.
Close to a microphone.
How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you.
Did you see your friends 318?
Yes, of course, Patrick.
Hey.
Yeah, good video. Very good.
How's Patrick doing? Good?
He's good, he's good.
Yeah, he was here. He was here last Saturday.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah,
It's nice.
It was all good.
He's happy with that engine?
Very good, very good. Yeah, we put it in together, me and him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How was your car?
It's driving now.
Everybody's asking the question. Where's Leo with his car?
Very close, I'm so
Now's the
close.
chance to tell them. Go ahead.
So close.
Yeah?
I need tune the carburetor,
Yeah.
kick down linkage.
You sent me a little link on your car. The
That's
idle
it.
sounds like a Harley Davidson.
It's surreal.
What is it, about a 727?
Yeah, 727 now. That second 727. Oh my god.
You know who built his 727? This guy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the best.
And this guy, he does a baby it.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh no. Maverick. Oh yeah. He's good. He's good. Oh,
He's a heavy footer.
That's
Yes.
one of my favorite Friday Night Lives when he was booting it, and Nick was like,
Yeah.
"You know who built that transmission? Me."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good stuff.
You know how many runs that thing's had on it?
You see that?
You behind the wheel?
You know, we've built a lot of 727s here. A lot of them. I've been doing it since the back alley.
That's it. Yes.
I remember the Hemi Cuda, man. When we bought the Hemi Cuda, the guy says, "Let me get the transmission fixed. That'll sell you the car." I told him, no, I'm buying it as it is. Let's get a better price. I'll buy it as it is. Eventually, that's what happened.
Yeah.
We bought that. We came home, and this is I want to say this, okay? We got the Hemi Cuda. I took out the transmission. I sent that out to get rebuilt because I didn't know how to build an automatic transmission. It came back. We put it in the car. I'm not going to say which names built it. We put it in the car, and listen to this now. We drove it to the airport, Jaimes.
Yeah, I was in the car.
Okay,
That's
and on the way back home, what, maybe 20 miles? On the way home, tell me if this has happened to anybody. We're driving it home, Then as we're coming to a red light, I didn't have to press the brake. The car's slowing down, and it stops. It jammed. I said, what the hell happened? This is the best part. No, we put it in park, we started, put it in gear, nothing. Then we said, let's push it off the road on the side. Put it in neutral,
Nothing.
couldn't move the car. Wow. So, back in those days, we didn't call flatbeds, nothing like that. We took a jack, we had the jack because we carried the slicks.
Disconnected the drive shaft?
We took off the drive shaft to push the car a few blocks to get it home. Wow. And then the transmission was seized. So then I took it out, I gave it to another guy to get built. Yeah. Now he built it, put it in the car. Well, it went okay, but it shifted like a Cadillac, and then into driving. Then I said, you know what? My brother and I, we said, let's get together, let's learn how to build this transmission. And it was still a matching transmission to the car, till today. Wow. And that's my build down. I built that one.
How old were you when this
this was in
you must have been in your 20s?
The late 70s. Late
you were
70s.
in like your 20s?
Yeah. Late 70s.
Wow.
Because, when you give 2 trannies within a month and they both fell on you, forget it. Let's do it on our own.
Learn it yourself.
There you go.
It's a good thing you did.
We did.
It's a good thing
and
you
that's
did.
why I don't know any other transmission besides the 4-speed from Chrysler and the automatic transmission 727 and of course the 904.
Yeah,
That's right.
904,
And that's the truth.
I had a similar situation happen to me with my car.
Yeah, what was it?
So I was working on the turn signal stock, and I was gonna bring it back into the garage. I tried putting it into gear, it won't go into gear. I'm like, okay, neutral, let me try to maybe move it, it won't go into gear. Nothing. I tried putting neutral, it won't budge. So I was like, what's happening? I called my dad out, we can't go, it won't go into any of the gears. So finally we managed to find neutral, and we started pushing it into the garage. We were about to take off the cover for the transmission. As we were doing that, it started working like normal.
Old cars, man. Old cars. That's just the way it is.
Called the ghost in the machine.
Yeah, it's a ghost, man. It's a ghost.
Old cars, man.
Yeah. We have another nice car here. We got a TA Challenger.
Is that a real?
Yeah, it's a real
My
TA Challenger.
favorite.
And
TAs.
TA. And the best part was the guy was telling me,
Let's go.
Come, let's go see it.
Is it 4-speed?
No, it's an automatic. It's a 727. It's a 727. Here it is. It's a beautiful car. My client just bought it, and it's a beautiful car. And he was telling me it was sluggish. When I'm driving it, when you're shifting it, it was shifting in a funny way. Then I said, let me check the oil level. He had about 2 liters too much oil. 2 liters. I took out 2 liters of oil from the automatic transmission.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. So after I took out the 2 liters, it shifted perfect. But now we have another problem.
What?
You want to know if the kick down works?
Yeah.
Now my customer tells me, Nick, when I get the kick down, strange things happen. So I took it for a ride. I kick it down. The kick down downshifts, goes on, but it never comes off. It doesn't come off. So right now we're going to do one thing: adjust the band or look into something because I just wanted to look at it tomorrow morning. But in the meantime, I just want to tell you guys, when you kick it down, after a few seconds, it should come off, go to drive, and then take it from there.
Well,
your engine was winding up. It was not down. It was not upshift.
Yeah.
But it went well.
It's here for that hood is iconic.
Fiberglass hood factory. It's got no latch. It's a fiberglass hood.
It's like a power glide option.
Yeah. But this is all factory, you guys.
Very nice, guys.
Look, no latch. And this is the way it came from the factory. So when you guys go for a ride on a TA or a AAR, make sure you don't forget to put the hood pins back on, or else you're gonna lose your hood.
Very nice.
Remember Pacheco?
Yes.
He lost a hood on a TA Challenger years ago on Park Avenue, or was it Park Avenue?
Yeah, the
He forgot to put the hood pins on his TA Challenger and he lost the hood.
Yeah.
Came right out of the car, but he was flying.
He was flying, yeah.
Johnny, you remember Pacheco with the TA hood on the Challenger? He lost it on the road.
The white Challenger, the 71.
I remember. I remember.
As well.
Yeah.
Then we had to buy. I've never seen a hood come off a car until that day. Yeah.
Names may have been changed in this story to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyways, it's at the right place. The doctor is going to take care of the trend. There's nobody better than.
Well, you know what?
Nick,
I'm
on
going to look at
trends.
it, and
That's for sure.
well, I'm going to start by playing with the bands, and then we'll take it from there. Maybe the clutch pack is worn out. Don't forget, he just bought the car. I didn't look into it yet. We have to fix again the dome lamp on this and the brake lights. That didn't work. And of course, this has the interlock key with the shifter, 1970, 1 year option only. That when you put the car in park, then you can take out the key. If you don't have the shifter, the automatic version, not in park, the key will not come out.
Right.
But we have to adjust that because, you know, you used to put it in park and the key wouldn't come out. So we have to adjust the linkage, the rod, to make it work. You know, new problems every day, you know.
That's it. Beautiful, both sides painted
1 year
mirrors.
only. Yeah, the mirrors, 1970 with a thin base.
Yeah. Wow.
It is a nice car.
Best backup light in the business.
Yes, Dodge. It is.
I got the heater,
Fuel filler door.
heater motor to work.
You got it to work. Oh, another issue with this car, just to let my customer know, the heater motor didn't work. That's correct.
The lead was disconnected from the heater box. Wow. I plugged it in, but I think I know why it was disconnected. I'll
Why?
let you hear it.
Okay, that's why. It's noisy, right? Okay, let's hear it. Put it on. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Can you, from outside, Robert? Here, take the mic. I'll connect the battery.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear the motor, heater motor. Wow, it's loud, man. Now I know why they disconnected it. Okay, the heater motor, the bearings are gone.
Sounds like a Holly Blue.
I don't know, but I know one thing. Okay, now I know why it's disconnected.
Unless something is touching the blower inside.
One way to find out, take apart the heater box.
Yeah.
By the way, you're working on my heater box at home?
I didn't have a chance.
You know, I bought a heater box. You know, I like giving you these stuff to play at home. Man, you know the heater box I got from the U.S. a few, that was a year ago. I bought the whole package.
Oh yeah. You were still
used-
other parts from that guy.
That's right. I see man, he's working overtime tonight.
Don't tell anyone.
Oh, look, you're on camera, buddy. Like it or not, look, you're on camera. Say hello to our fans.
Hey guys, let's
Oh, on this side, Manny.
OSHA violation, buddy.
Do we have Bandit online?
Bandit,
Joe?
you there?
He's there.
Hi, buddy.
He's there.
Hey, thanks for the die-cast, Bandit.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance.
Last
to
time
say
everybody
thanks.
got a die-cast. Today we're all getting shirts from Jeff and Heather.
And cookies.
And cookies. You guys, there's a lot of cupcakes.
I would wear my
Speaking of
Goldilocks,
thank you,
You have one. You have one.
but I don't want to ruin
It's
it.
okay. Take it home. Just take it home.
Hands here will tell the
Yeah,
whole
it's not
story.
going to help.
No, keep it clean. Save it. Take it home. All right. What else we got?
speaking of thank you,
You know, we
Jeff,
got.
thank you very, very much for very touching, very nice
Yeah.
shirts.
We're all here.
I want to personally say that to you.
And you know, a lot of times we have an engine on the dyno, and for some reason, I wanted to do a testing on an engine last night, but I couldn't because not only last time we had a failure with the dyno was the fan for the exhaust. Now our electronics, our software didn't go well, so we had to do some work on that. So there won't be no dyno maybe for the next couple of days or so. But anyways, we'll fix it. You want to go take a look? Come, I want to show them the new electronics box I bought a few years ago. Sorry, you guys, let me pass by. George, I'll be there in a sec. Let me get the key to the box.
This is a sad day for Nick when his dyno goes down.
Yeah, we came here last night to work on this, and look at this. I'm gonna show you this. I hope this is the problem. If you come on this side, George, you'll see it.
At least it happened on your brother's engine, Nick, and not on a client.
I know.
Although
Right here.
I'm sure your brother's not happy.
Talk about electronics. Check
Excuse
it
me,
out.
Maverick.
Look at that. Look what's in there.
It's a motherboard.
It's the motherboard.
It looks like a whole computer.
Yes.
Pretty
And,
much.
and you know where the problem was?
What?
There's a battery in there that keeps its memory.
That's called the CMOS battery right there.
Is that right?
Yes.
Where were you last night?
Why did you call?
Because you know what we did last night? We took down the whole absorber in pieces because it wouldn't hold the engine, the load. So then I spoke with Superflow today, and you're supposed to change that battery every year.
You're telling me it came down to a 99-cent battery?
Yes, and we had it there for 5 years. But wait a minute. Apparently 90% of the problem is here. So we haven't tested it yet. There it is.
Maverick's got one.
Okay, so anyways,
Yeah. That's
so I'm gonna get it running early next week, and we'll take it from there. And I hope the guy goes to me 90%. That is your problem. It's software, not the absorber.
Yeah, the only thing we'll have to do is we'll have to reprogram it after the
I have an email. You want to check it out?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna show it to you.
I'll take care of it.
I'm gonna show it to you in a minute. But anyways, just to
That's
show
what I
you.
do. I do the electronics.
Look what goes through my box here. Check it out.
I know.
And we made the frame to mount it in here. So when Superflow came here to calibrate everything, they were surprised I had it already hooked up on the stand.
And now you finally put a sign up.
Yeah. And look what I did. I used rubber insulators from a stabilizer link.
That's
Look
actually
at that.
that's actually a
So,
smart
yeah,
idea.
because there's so much vibrations in a dining room. It blows my timing lights. If I forget my timing light in the dining room and I do about 20 tests, it's gone. The lights don't work anymore. They're finished.
Same thing happened to your ears, Nick.
Yeah.
What?
I got a pair of hearing aids. All I hear is ee.
Yeah, I know.
But you know where all that started? When I used to work at the GM dealer. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
You ever pop a balloon? It's loud, eh?
Yeah.
Well, where I used to work at the dealer, a guy popped a tire. One car length away from me. The guy went to the
blew it
hospital.
out?
I was beside him. The guy who blew the tire, I don't know how he blew it. Was he talking to somebody? When that tire blew, the building shook. Wow. And everybody in the front office, the showroom came in the back to see what happened.
Yeah, they thought it was
And
a
you
bomb.
should have seen the tire in pieces, blown miles inside the shop. Everybody was freaking out.
No one got hurt.
No, but my ears were ringing for a couple of weeks. I just took it like, okay, shit happens, right?
Yeah, it happened.
And,
Plus,
Stuff happens, definitely.
Yeah. Stuff happens.
Something similar happened to me, but it was at a Blue Oyster Cult concert.
Yeah, anyways, you know what it is? Let me hope next week does this work, and that'll be great.
Awesome.
There we go. It's just to show you guys electronics. Now, the guy told me at Superflow, I spoke to a guy named Ben. He said, you know what, most likely that's your problem. You're supposed to change the battery every year. I haven't changed it for 5 years. I put that box up 5 years ago.
So change the batteries in the smoke detector. Change the.
I know that.
There
I
you
know
go.
that.
Now we know.
Then I got to shut the switch off here.
Hey, Nick, at least it wasn't something awfully expensive.
No, yeah, and you know what? We had all the spare parts for the absorber,
Yeah.
and we didn't need to use none of it. So I took it apart. I saw no leaks. I put it back, and then next week I'm going to tune all the electronics. I'm going to show you the email later on.
Yeah.
Because it needs a little bit of programming, bring up its memory, and then we can start working on
I mean,
it.
you couldn't use the scanner to check the problem, take the codes.
No, there's no BT2 connection.
Nick, I know a lot of your viewers want to know something about this engine. Is there anything you can tell us? I know it's slightly secret.
Well, it's a 426 Hemi that belongs to my brother. It belongs into a 1970 Dodge Challenger. He races in an NHRA Stalker. And we're just doing it's a stock automatic, yes. And we're just tuning it up and trying, we do a lot of R&D, research and development. And, that's it. It's basically a Stalker engine. And we have to go by the rule book, and that's what we do. You try to get the most horse. Yes.
Stock lift, 60 over,
Max.
stock rods, stock pistons.
No rods were allowed.
Oh, you're allowed rods?
We're allowed to change rods, and now we're even allowed to use aluminum heads.
Oh, nice.
But you have to
100 pounds.
add 100 pounds. You gain a tenth, then you lose a tenth.
If you guys want to see this car perform, go over to Napierville next summer, hopefully. He's going to be on the track.
And let's hope it goes well. And let's hope we get it done.
Awesome.
Okay, there you have it.
Beast mode. It lifts the front tires, folks. And you don't have to squint to see by how much.
And I lost my coffee. Yeah, I gotta go.
No,
I should put a beeper on it. Go beep beep. Where's my coffee? Anyways, it's
Get
all
your
good.
canteen, you can wear it around your neck.
And if everybody want to know, this is the 1956 354 Hemi firepower. We got the parts, so we're gonna start putting this together soon. That's the one you
I did, eh?
Yeah, that's the one.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean it now. I got the bypass valve was in there, right? In the right in there.
Yeah,
I had to look at the what do you call it?
schematics.
No, I have a book for old Hemis only,
Okay.
and I knew about a bypass valve hidden somewhere in the block. And I was looking around, I couldn't see it. So then I found out it was right here where the oil pump bolts on. It's right into the gallery. I pulled it out. I got a new one coming in, and then of course start putting it together. 1956 Chrysler Imperial.
I want to see this on the dyno.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do. Can't wait to do that one.
I want to see anything on the dyno, Nick. I'd watch you dyno test a lawnmower motor.
Yeah. Well, people love the 3T stroker.
Excellent.
A lot of people, Leo, a lot of guys were talking about the 3Ts on my channel for many, many years. I never had one. And then we got one with a stroker. So, well, let's show it off.
That's it.
And then,
It's a great motor.
and then a lot of comments were saying, why didn't we use headers? It's a customer's choice.
That's it, exactly.
I said that.
Exactly that.
But it did well.
Yeah, it did well, very
Yeah.
well. Yeah, for 318, yeah, it's impressive.
well, another
It did.
thing, it's a bread and butter engine. A lot of people are driving around with 318s, and they want to see what it does, and people get impressed by that because, hey, wow, we made more than a horsepower
I
to
think
keep
that,
the engine.
I
It's pretty
think,
good.
I think the 3T and the 33 were the most popular engines then.
Absolutely.
They were very
318 was in
popular.
everything, right?
318 more so in everything, but the big block the 383 was
Cars to vans, to
everything.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
like that was an engine that said beat me and didn't want to die.
And those two engines were so popular in commercial also.
Yes. Yes.
You know, we got a nice truck, 1970 Dodge Boxster Roger.
Oh yeah,
It's got a 383 in it, all original.
D200, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
beautiful, beautiful truck.
Yeah, very, very
Picked
nice.
up from the U.S.
So I see the mounts here. They're very similar to
Yes,
to an LA engine.
yes.
So are you telling me that this will bolt into a small block cross member?
I don't know. I never tried. Maybe you can.
Yeah,
Maybe it can.
Good point.
I don't know about the back though.
yeah.
The bell housing.
No, the bell housing it does.
Got to be different.
It does.
Oh,
It
the
goes.
same?
It goes to an A engine transmission.
And then what I'm trying to get done for the next engine on the dyno is this one here.
Oh, that's gonna be beautiful to see.
Ram.
Yeah, this one here. I'm waiting on a cam because we're detuning it a bit. You know, it's a cruiser. So this is the one that's going to go on the Hemi, which is right now the one you bored out. It's in the engine room. This is
This
something.
is the super stock stuff.
This is
I
good
mean,
stuff,
nobody
right?
uses this anymore, but
Yeah. But it's going to be in I think in a 64 or something like that. B-body.
B-body.
Yeah.
So
And then-
either a Belvedere or
And this is going to be something new for me to hook up on the dyno. Can't wait to try it.
It's a very dramatic look. It's
It is.
very cool when
but
you
this
open
is
the
the newer model. The old ones was all one piece.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Made out of magnesium.
This is.
This is the stuff that we used to do. We used to make plates, just to cut them apart, weld up things, pour them inside for the super stockers.
Okay.
And I guess Mopar saw it and copied it. I guess.
That's right. Here it is.
all empty space under there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All this is hollow.
Yeah, it's the plenum.
Fantastic. It looks like you could smuggle stuff back from Burlington in there.
No, they check.
Let's take it off. Let's take it off. Take a look inside. Show the viewers what does it look like inside. What do you say? Here, let's take it
Some
off.
bolts off them.
We're gonna take it off anyways because I gotta make sure it's clean, eh?
650 people watching, only 250 hit the like button. We must be doing something wrong, Nick.
I don't know. What
Please
is
hit
it?
the like button, folks.
And subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. Subscribe to my channel.
Free. Although I think most of the folks here for the live are already subscribed. We love you.
Yep. Big thank you to them.
I saw it move.
And I got a list to thank a whole bunch of new Patreon supporters on our channel,
Yes, indeed.
which I'm gonna come up in a few minutes. Okay, let's see what it's got. There it is.
Wow.
Talk about Paninium, eh?
You could get a whole submarine sandwich in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
A lot
better
of
believe
pouring
it.
in here was happening, not in this one. This one's looks.
And see all the bolts to
stock
the
casting.
cylinder head? They're all from inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. And he's got the gaskets, I believe, right there. But you know what? I'm gonna make it all like factory. Don't worry about that.
What a machine.
Yeah, you take runners. Yeah, it's gonna be on a street, Hemi, that's for sure. Cast iron block, cast iron heads.
It's going to be a very enjoyable car.
I dropped some.
And wow, the look at the car shows.
I'm gonna match all the bolts. I'm gonna put this back and make sure it doesn't fall off.
Yeah.
Just 2-3 bolts, and then leave the rest over there. I'm gonna have to go into details on this too. Okay, there we go.
God, this car's
Got a
nice.
TA. Then if people are probably asking, is anyone asking what's the 64 black Corvette doing back there?
Don't know. I haven't been able to keep track of much of the chat, Nick.
That's Costa's car.
Let's have a look.
Let's go take a look.
Everybody loves a vet.
Yes.
See that one.
Lately, I've been having a lot of vets.
This is an expert guy.
64. It's a 64. There's my coffee right there. Just saw it. This is a vet. This gentleman here comes from the back alley back in
Oh, yeah, back in the
early
day.
70s, right?
Yeah.
And until today, he still has that classic car.
Yeah. And he
And-
was the oddball of the gang.
He used
Remember he
to-
bought an AMC
I
Java?
was just about to say AMX,
Yeah.
1972.
Yeah, that's right. He says, well, all you guys have Chrysler, Chevrolets,
He had-
Pontiac. He says, well, I'm going to get something different.
He was the oddball.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm going to open the hood. I want to show them what is inside.
Maybe that's why the vet is black, because he was the black sheep of the family, I guess.
Maybe. But it's hey, and he drives it daily. He
Yeah.
drives it daily.
Good. Enjoy it.
You want to open the hood for me? Oh, there it's on the right. Open the hood for me. This one here has the GM crate engine. It's got to be there somewhere.
It's a big block, isn't it?
No, small block.
They found it. There we go.
There it is. We put this in 6-7 years ago. This is the Jim Crate engine 350, 305 horsepower, I think it is.
Yeah. Nice. When he first
It
bought
is.
it, it had the original 327.
That's right. He's still.
And
he
then
ha-
we put a 454 in it.
That's right.
And then,
He has the matching engine at home.
yeah.
It's a simple. He just drives it here and there every once in a while. He comes here for coffee. Comes with a Corvette. It's a nice ride. It's here for. We have to work on the fuel gauge. That's why it's here. So we're gonna work on that tomorrow.
Up into the roof. I love this curve.
It's a nice, you know.
And I love how the radio is so cool because it's this way.
Yes, it's the way it is with the console. With the console.
And, when you
63 to
switch from the
67 were the sexiest, I find.
Nice, nice. And if everybody knows in '63,
Have the
in
split.
'63, 1 year only was a split window.
Yeah.
64 they went to a full glass again, and it was an interference on the rear view mirror or something.
Yeah.
So it was a 1 year, and of course a lot of guys took out the dual glass, put a one-piece glass. What they did those days. Today everybody's doing the split window,
split window.
even though the car's not original split window. It was rare, and it's a very desirable car with a split window. But this is nice. This is nice. Then we have another Corvette right over here, L82. Come. Nico, how are you?
Hi, very good, and you?
Good, good. How's the Imperial?
Very good.
There's the gentleman with the
Hi, nice to
with
meet
the 69 Imperial.
Thanks, Nick and Tim, for all your hard work.
Oh, that flasher switch. Yeah, you wanna
The
tell him,
flasher
Robert?
switch.
We went through. It's not easy getting a flasher switch with a telescopic steering.
That's it, because it has telescopic and tilt and cruise control.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the cruise control arm screws
Okay.
into that switch.
Okay.
But to spin it, to remove it, you don't want to twist the wires. So you have to unplug it from under the dash, remove all the wires from the connector, and then pull the wires. Then you can unscrew the arm. And it's the same for the flasher switch. The harness, the plug won't go into the column.
That's right.
In
It won't
60
go down the collar.
Now, because it's bigger, and in 70 you can drive the connector through.
The collar, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
but
this one.
not on a 69.
We had a few tag teams. It's like
Nico.
Robert and I have this thing going back and forth. It's like, is it my turn?
Yeah.
And it's like, because when one of us gets frustrated, the other guy jumps in. So it's like, is it my turn? Then it's like the next guy takes over. It's like, okay, give me a minute.
I got to give you guys credit. You worked as a team. I was telling Nico, both of you guys worked on it for a few hours until we got it right. And I kept saying, you guys just do it. I don't care if it takes 100 hours. Just get it done.
No, he's pretty awesome with this stuff.
It is. And it's working finally, Nico?
It's working fine, crisp and clear. Car drives very beautifully, no problem.
And now I just want to change the subject. You know, if you guys watch Vanishing Point, you know when the movie starts within 5 minutes?
You're going.
You know where the Chrysler Imperial, it's a 70, but the 69 is the same body as yours.
Mine has a white vinyl top,
I
so
know.
it's not exactly.
Next time you bring it here,
Are
we'll
you
paint it
changing the
black.
vinyl top?
We'll paint it black.
No, I changed it last year.
Okay.
In the movie, you know where the two cars cross each other on the highway?
Yep.
And then it just gets away with the picture?
Yeah.
That's a black Imperial.
Fades
That's the
out.
same car he has, the same body. And of course, the Challenger coming this way. Then the next thing you see is
He pulls
the
into the
Imperial
garage.
pulls into that
Garage.
car transportation.
Yeah.
And we got
That's
cars
awesome.
here.
Yeah. We just have to paint it.
And then we have something that goes
So
into the
how
bulldozers.
serious are you about keeping that?
Don't go there.
Okay, I'm leaving. Okay, I'm stopping now here for this.
You don't have to
I
stop.
can't. I can't say anymore. we have way too many. We have way too many of those cars not to recreate it. But
Yeah, I know.
Too many cars got killed on that one.
But I
That's-
remember when I first saw his car here, I told Nick, hey, Nick, because your Challenger was here, I said, you have two Vanishing Point car here. And you go, where? I point the Imperial. And you went, oh, that's right. And then now you remember what I was talking about.
And then he went 3. No.
Nico said, hey, there's the one for the bulldozers.
That's right. And you know what? That'd be a shame.
We had them all under one roof last week.
And you know what? We can go down the street and get a bulldozer from John Deere.
Yeah.
We can go bring it.
We got two of them there.
Yeah,
They got
we can
quite a
go
few
bring
there.
one if you need to. So tell us about this
Well,
Corvette.
it's an 82 Vet. It's came in with suspension repairs, you know, like the typical repairs like general maintenance, shock absorbers, maybe a set of coil springs we done in the front, stabilizer links, motor mounts. That's about it. And it's an L82. It drives beautiful. It's got T-tops.
Wow.
Look, you got the L top on.
The
And,
L top, yeah.
And it's another vet. It's all genuine original. It's
So
a
this
smog
is-
engine. What do they make? What kind of horsepower did these things make back then?
An L82 was 180, I think.
180 horsepower, you guys. I like what Dom just said. How much?
180 horsepower.
Wow.
Ran on regular gas, almost.
Yeah, you know, imagine that, eh? A Corvette with 180 horsepower? Not today, huh?
No, not today.
It wasn't about the horsepower in this era.
I
was
know.
it? It was about looking sharp.
Yeah, I know. That was the era then. Today, it's all about horsepower.
Yeah.
All these new cars, man, it's unreal.
I want to hear about the little baby version of this in the background over there.
Oh, the little Opel. Yeah, mini GM Corvette there. Nico, this car's for you, buddy. He told me, I talked to him today. I spoke to Tony. He says, take a good look at it, he'll give you a good price.
My parents will kill me if I buy another car.
We did 4 tires on it this morning. Or should I say this afternoon, actually. Look, 13-inch tires. When was the last time we seen 13-inch tires in a shop?
With the stickers.
Well, on my car, it's 13 inch.
What size yours?
13.
Oh, okay. All right.
There you go. You don't even need new winter tires.
It's an Opel. European, well, somebody said there was a poor man's Corvette.
Poor man's Porsche or something like that.
No, Corvette.
Poor man's Ferrari.
Yeah, it's got the red.
It does. It's a sharp-looking car, you guys. It's a European General Motors car, of course.
Yeah, the doors are almost the same as the other one, right? They go onto the roof.
Yeah, it does. Look at the door, just like a Corvette. You see, it's got the body color frame around the door.
These cars remind me of the drag cars. Remember, they could tub them, put a small block in there?
Yeah, they would fly. They don't weigh much.
No.
These cars don't weigh much. And you know what I like, Nico? Let's show our viewers how the headlights work on this. I know we've done it before, but we'll do it again to show our new viewers on board.
They flip over. Yeah.
Is that something? And it's mechanical, eh? You have to pull a lever from inside on the console.
We showed them the lever. Put my hand right up on there. Wham. Yeah, it takes a little elbow grease.
George, you got to show it.
The whole car moves.
Okay, Nico, do it again.
Boom.
Talk about mechanical linkages.
Yeah, but Nick, it
Look at
was
that.
reliable.
Hey?
It was
Yeah,
reliable.
you know, it worked. It's
No
still working.
vacuums to screw up, no little motors to screw up. It was all.
Yeah, and I believe it's a 1972.
Totally illegal today.
Yeah, it works.
But it looks great.
It works. Thanks, Nico. There you go. Park it. There you go. And then we had to park for a while, and it starts all the time. No sweat.
This is the German GMs, I think. Opel. Not anymore, but.
Yeah, it's made by German General Motors. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It
It
looks
used to be.
great, but a big man can fit in there too.
I don't know. Tony says.
There's room for my legs.
Are you
in
sure?
there. I'm 6'6".
Tony told me he has a hard time getting in it,
I made it.
and for that reason, he goes, "I'm selling it." Yeah.
Nick,
Yes.
there's the yellow Challenger that
Yeah.
that
That's
Hemi's there.
Yeah.
That's an iconic picture. The Hemi Cuda in the front.
You'll have to imagine it, folks.
Hey.
You'll have to imagine it. It's
Hey, there's a lot of history up here, you guys. There's a lot of history. You know, we have a lot of visitors that come in here, and they come in, and before they even say hello, they stop and they keep looking on the walls.
Whoa.
And then sometimes Johnny's in town. He gives all the description of everything that's going on.
You know what?
You know, he grew up with me here in the alley, and he knows everything.
Nick, I know there was one thing you wanted to mention tonight that we haven't gotten around to. It's a little bit of a Halloween horror story.
Oh yes,
Is it scary?
It's
yeah.
terrifying.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying. You know, we just everybody's asking the question. I finally fixed the leak on the 383, old leaky.
Oh.
Question is, you know, we said we put a rope seal in it, ran it on the dyno for a while, went well. Client picked it up, looked good, put it in his car. He's done a few miles on it, and before you know it, it started leaking again. So that's a spooky engine, let me tell you, man. I don't know, for some reason, and we put a rope seal. But you know what? I'm still working on it with Kendall. I don't know what we're going to do with it. And it's another crank, and the knurl is good. He's going to try to put another seal on it, not a rope seal, like the ones we do with Felpro. But then again, I don't know if Kendall's watching tonight. I wanted to tell him that I looked at the rope seal I installed in the crank on your engine compared to the one I have now that I got from Felpro. There are two different looking seals. Now, if the engine was here, I'd take a chance to put that Felpro in there. It's a different seal. It has a different type of rope, but I don't know. I'm going to wait till Kendall decides what he wants to do. I have it. Maybe I won't use the rope seal I had before because the one I had from Felpro, I've used before in a Hemi. I belonged to one of my clients.
Yeah.
We did a Vitus seal for a few times. It didn't stop leaking. I installed a rope seal on it on the dyno 6-7 times, and with the rope seal, we finally got it fixed. And I was hoping the same thing with the 3D3. But with my luck, it didn't work, and I used a different manufacturer. So maybe I should have went with the Felpro.
But, we're having a lot of problems with rear main seals lately. I don't know how many thousands I've installed. It's a 50-50 now. I don't know what they did.
Oh my goodness.
It's in the material. They took off material. I don't know. They're not as flexible as they used to be. I don't know what it is, but it's a 50-50 choice. Wow. Even the ones with the springs.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
one
a
out
cold
of two
spring on
leak.
it.
Why? I don't know.
We'll give it our best shot. What we can do.
Yeah, exactly.
I was told by somebody, I don't know the validity of this, maybe our viewers can chime in. I was told they removed the asbestos
In the rope seals,
in
yes.
the rope seal.
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
And possibly it's that.
I don't
Because
know.
there's a rash of them.
Creates
I saw-
cancer.
Understandable, but I see a rash of that. Like Tom said, there's been so many that have been leaking. Nick, you've seen it, and you know the tremendous success you've had with all the engines that you're putting together. They're not leaking. Now,
Well, 90% of my engines don't leak. I mean, I've
That's
been
correct.
lucky. And you know, I've been going over and over with the same seal because it's always Hemis, 440s, 3D3s.
Correct.
It's the same retainer. So I'm used to it. But like this 3D3 that belongs to Kendall, I'm blaming on the line bore. I don't care what anybody says. For some reason, I've never seen the saddle so sharp. So I'm sure they cut it very deep.
Yeah.
And then some people are asking, how come the front seal doesn't leak? Okay, so the crank is closer to the center of the block. The chain is a little bit looser, but it'll still run. But the front seal has a slinger
Has a
and also has
slinger,
a
exactly.
big fat lip.
Yes.
The rear seal has a very thin lip. So the front seal is more adjustable.
Absolutely.
And there's a spring too.
That's right.
Hold the pressure.
And there's a spring on the front seal. And the rear, nothing. Just a Vitus seal compressed on the crank journal and it's closed down with a retainer.
Listen when these two talk, folk. Between these two here, how many engines experience? What?
Oh, quite a
10,000? 20,000?
I've been doing some 18. I'm 62, so
18?
do the math.
I started at 16. Yeah, we go back a long way.
These
Long
guys
way.
know what they're talking about,
Yeah.
folks. Listen up.
We've been around.
I know also that they took out the asbestos. That's the big problem. The newer seals don't have it, but there is companies that make them out of graphite. I've used them on Pontiacs, Buicks, Oldsmobiles. They don't leak. I've done quite a few. They don't leak. From the BOP company.
Yes, I know.
I don't
them.
know
I know
if they
them.
make them for Mopars.
Can we look into that?
I think so. Yeah, we can look into that.
You know, give me. I used to have I had a bob seal, but it wasn't rope. And then I got this other rope seal from 440 source that I used, but it didn't work for me on Kendall. But I got another rope seal, like I was saying earlier, by Felpro, and it's an older style. And I think I should try that on Kendall. Kendall, you're watching. Maybe if you bring the engine back, I don't know.
We gotta check
Third
and
time,
see.
I don't want to do that, but it's hard.
You know,
We gotta find one that has graphite.
That's right. I
the-
did. That's the one we picked up earlier. We picked it up, and your hands are looking, but they're still gray.
Yeah.
It has graphite on it.
is that the latest one?
No, it's from Felpro that I had a few years ago.
Okay.
Which is the same one I used on the Hemi that had a leak a few times. And then at the end, I finished with a rope seal and did the job.
To be fair, there was graphite on the one you put in most recently, too. I had
Yes, there was graphite on that too, but it had a different design.
Yeah.
But I went with it.
Sharper edges.
I went with it because people were telling me it's good, so I went with it, but it didn't work for me.
The ones that I've installed, the graphite ones I'm talking about, if you touch it, it's almost like waxy.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to show you later what I got.
Okay.
The viewers want Felpro.
I work with Felpro and it works for me in many cases.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions on the chats? I know I got a list.
I've been trying to keep track, but Nick, I'm steaming up, so I've been having trouble reading them.
Okay,
But
let's
I know
go.
You've got some questions waiting for you in the other room. that we
Okay,
got.
so let's go in the engine room and take it from there.
Here we go with 721 watching.
721, huh?
That was almost the same amount of money you raised last week, no?
Yeah, well, we've been raising for a few
774?
months now, for a few shows now, so it's...
Friday night, live on Nick's Garage.
but wasn't it 774 last time?
Yeah, I think that was our total at the end of the last show. The beginning of this one. Let's see where we're at now. If anybody's being donating. Checking the number. 794. Yes, it's gone up again. Yes. Thank you, folks.
Okay, questions.
Amazing.
Questions. Here it is. We got John Wilbridge asked on YouTube. Has anyone tried oblique connector rods on Hemis or old school big blocks? I've never worked with those connector rods.
Which?
On the Hemis. On the Hemis.
Apparently, there's some kind of connecting rods that are used in diesel applications.
Yeah, I've never used those connector rods. No. And on a Hemi, it's a straight beam.
Yeah.
A stock Hemi. Even if you buy an H-beam or I-beam, they're a straight beam. They are not oblique. So no, I've never worked with them. I couldn't tell you that. Then we have another one here from Jason Giuliano from YouTube also. Nick, what are you doing to avert cam failures? Okay, this is I read a lot of emails of people talking about cam failure. You know, I've worked with Lunati, Chrysler cams, Lunati cams, Comp cams, Bullet, and I've gone with a lot of hydraulic flat tappet. You know, people want zero maintenance, they don't want rockers, they want a quiet engine. The question is, first of all, when you install flat tappet cam, you have to lubricate it with the right proper grease, which we have, which is also by Joe Gibbs, it's right there. And the most important thing, okay, I use that to break in the cam. I lubricate, I wet the cam with that and also the base of the lifters. Then after, when that's done, I prime the engine. I turn it over. I make sure I got oil everywhere. And the more oil we use is with ZDDP zinc.
High zinc.
And I also use a Lucas zinc additive. So then when you get the engine to run on the dyno, you got to start it right away, run it to 2,200 RPMs for 20 minutes. But the most important thing, I tell this to a lot of people, I try to keep the spring pressure on the seat maximum 120 pounds. Open pressure 280, 290. And every time I've done that, I have to knock on wood, I've been lucky. So then when I run the engine on the dyno and I see I need more RPM, and if I got some misfire after the cam is broken in, yes, I'll add a few more shims, add about 10, 15 pounds of pressure, and then take it from there. And that's what I've been doing all this time. And I've been very lucky. So,
But hydraulic cams with less than 500 lift, 120 psi springs are good.
they're good, that's right. But you know what I noticed? I noticed some cars coming in here and I take apart heads. Either the spring pressure is 60 or they're 300. On the seat, or 200. Double springs, triple springs on hydraulic flat tappet cam. Anyways, then I redesigned everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people forget that most of the heat it comes from the springs too.
Of course, yeah, the springs. Have you
Because
seen
the
when
spring is take a piece of metal, bend it back and forth,
Yes.
and it gets hot.
That's right.
NASCAR guys have squirters on the spring
Coolers,
to
coolers.
keep the
That's right.
to cool the springs down.
Because they rev high, they
Yeah.
rev high at a long RPM.
And also springs wear out.
That's right. That's right.
One thing that is very, very important is how quick, and you are a master at this, just by eye, how quick the engine starts up.
Yeah.
If you keep on the starter, trying to start it, it takes all the lubrication off the
right.
cam.
Years ago, I worked on a Cleveland, on the old shop. I had a Cleveland on the dyno.
Okay.
And I had a hard time starting it. Cranked it. I couldn't start the damn.
Just didn't want to go.
Didn't want to start.
No.
So eventually when we got it started, I did a few pulls, I broke in the cam. Then within on the 4th, 5th test, I wiped out 2-3 lobes.
Yeah.
You know, you're putting water on the header, and it was not even steaming. So you know that. And then I took off the valve covers, and I noticed the rockers were not moving. That's a cam wipeout. So it is very important that you get the engine started right away, run it to 2,000 RPM.
Yeah.
And you know what's another thing I do sometimes? A lot of people don't do this. I put an extra quart of oil.
Yeah.
Get a big splash.
Big splash.
Big splash. Then if I don't forget to take it out, the 1 liter when I do dyno testing.
Yeah, when you broke in my 451,
Yeah.
and I have a mechanical cam in there, it's got 340.
Yes.
It's got like 150 on the seat.
Okay.
And the key was, again, you started it and it started right away. And Tom, when he did the adjustments on it, he had it set a little bit looser so it'll give it
That's
a
it.
And it started. but it started within half a turn.
Yeah, that's
That's the key. Is
it is.
starting right away.
It is. I
And,
tell them that.
and you ran it for 20 minutes.
Well,
That's the only time I've seen you nervous in the dyno room is if an engine isn't firing up right away, you get antsy, toot sweet.
there's two things I look for when I start an engine on dyno. Hopefully the rear seal don't leak, and the second that I don't have a cam one wipeout when I don't start it fast enough.
Nobody
But
wants that.
yeah, I make sure. Sometimes I don't even, and I never use no more carburetors from the customers.
No,
if they
use
bring a
your
car in
Dyno
pieces
carburetor.
or an engine in pieces, I always use my carburetors.
You know, it's
Always.
a
reliable.
Yeah.
It's a proven
Yes,
known
I
carburetor.
do it all the time.
Period.
And of all the most recent cams, the only sweet guy who gets wiped out, it's by our friend Robert.
Yeah, I was not lucky with him.
I couldn't believe it. It ran well, put it in the car, and after a couple of miles, it went
Not
bananas.
that many miles. He came back and brought it here. We took out the cam, put it back in the dyno, run it again. It was all good. And now he's driven it to Quebec City and back a few
he's
times.
driven
No
it
issues.
He's driven it quite a bit.
The
Okay.
main thing is on old engines, you need oil,
Zinc oil.
with
Splash.
lots of zinc in it. No, you need zinc.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people don't know
They've
that.
taken the zinc out in '92, and they
Yes.
didn't tell anybody because it screws up
Catalytic
catalytic
converter.
converters.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, here's another question.
Okay.
We all deal with this.
Okay.
Early Hemi Bill. He's also from YouTube. What is your opinion of the 67 915 casting heads, which are the closed chamber? 1 year only, 1967. You know what I say? Sure, if you have good gas and if you have a zero deck motor, it's gonna have detonation for sure. But those heads would work for all these engines that come with the pistons so far below the deck. That's where you could use a closed chamber head.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay?
Wow.
But if you have a zero deck and you got a thin gasket, let's say of a shim of 20 thou, don't use the closed chamber heads. You know, they're good heads, but they're going to boost the compression.
Yeah.
And they have a good quench also.
Right. We've tried over here at the shop and Tom's flow bench, yours as well. We've tried the flow capacity of those heads, the 915s, the 906, the 452s. They're all within 1 or 2% of each other, but the really good benefit of the 915, as the 516 as well, is a closed chamber head.
I know.
And exactly what you said, because there's so many motorhome type motors that are 170, 160 in the hole, and they got 7.5 to 1. At least they live.
If you want to boost the compression ratio,
Yeah.
just install a set of 915s or 516s and you're
Depending
done.
on what the compression ratio is first.
Yeah, if the piston if the piston is way below the deck, you know,
Yeah.
go ahead use them. There's no harm done.
That's right.
And here's a question. Dana 60. 3Ts ran great. Will a 2-barrel question with a 4-stroke, is it still internally balanced? 2-barrel, 4-barrel makes no difference. It depends on the year of the engine. Like the early 71 and under 3Ts, they were all internal balanced. You have a 2-barrel, 4-barrel makes no difference.
I think you're misreading the question, Nick. He was saying the 318 ran great with a 4-barrel on the engine, on the dyno test.
Okay?
But he wants to know, after the stroke has been done to it, is it still internally balanced?
Yes.
Or have they messed up that balance by
No.
doing the stroke?
No, you have to, any
Yeah.
engine that when you change any kind of stroker or whatever you got to do,
Yes.
everything has to be balanced.
Yes.
Or else it's going to vibrate to hell.
So
That's right.
what did they have to do after doing the stroke in order to bring it back in balance, I guess is my question.
Oh, they internally balance if you have an internally balanced front and back, you have to internally balance your crank.
So it's all
That's
work
right.
on the crank. There's
That's
nothing
it.
you can do with the
And,
flywheel.
and in many cases, when
Well, you have to use an internally balanced flywheel and dampener.
In
If
other
it's
words-
an externally one, then you need external and external.
There we go.
and in many cases, from every stroker kit I bought, they're all internal balance.
Yeah, some people buy external because they don't read the fine print. And then
Wow.
you take it and you put it on the machine to balance. And
Yeah.
it's like 300 in the front and you say, oh no,
Yes.
this is wrong.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
another thing you have to take into account. The people who don't read the fine print. That's
Yeah.
another contingent. Oh my goodness.
Donna, did you get that?
Good
okay.
answer, Nick. Thank you.
All right. Okay, here's one from Rick Allen. Do you know what is the original engine out of his Leo.
Yes.
I think this question is for your friend Patrick with the 74 Duster.
Yes, I know that. I think I know. Yeah.
Is there anything else you can do other than put a spacer? Okay, wait. Is that the original engine in the car, the 318?
It's not.
No?
From what I know, it's a 225 car automatic.
It's a 6-cylinder car?
Yeah, 6-cylinder car.
Okay, so he put the 318 in there.
Yeah. Well, actually, at first he had a 360. Then he found the 318, had it built.
Okay.
It didn't go good, right? Then he decided to go with a stroker kit, and then he came to you.
Okay.
That's
Then we redid the motor.
that's it.
Okay. Okay, and the other question on the same one with Rick, is there anything else you can do other than put a spacer to lean it out? In some cases, you want to lean out. You know, we all know that when you add a spacer, the air-fuel ratio goes towards the lean side.
Correct.
And in this case, he's asking the question, yes, you could also change the jets, where the fuel goes through the ventures. You could put a smaller jet, less fuel, it'll run towards the leaner side. Yes, there's other ways. The reason we didn't put a spacer on it, because we were designing the engine with the air cleaner to close, with the air cleaner in place. So we didn't design the engine to work with a spacer. And I did not lean it out because I didn't know if the customer wanted to go with another carburetor, stay with it. So do some fine tuning would have been done on another day. That's why we finished off the video as it was.
And also another reason for using spacers, if your engine makes more power with a spacer, it means that your plenum in your manifold is not big enough.
That's
it's
right.
asking for more plenum.
That's right. Give it more air. After all, an engine's an air pump.
That's right.
The more air you get in, the more you compress it, biff, paf, boom, power.
Yeah.
Okay? There's another 4 words for that.
I think
So,
we just came up
what
with
is
a
it?
new T-shirt, Nick.
What is it?
Boom power.
No, it's called suck, squeeze, bang, blow.
I like Nick's version better. It's more family friendly.
Okay. Okay, I just want to welcome our new Patreon team. We have a whole bunch of new members lately.
Yeah, I gotta say, Nick, a big week on Patreon.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you,
this.
everybody for signing up.
Okay, I want to thank him.
Nice.
Their names are Mike Rogers,
Thank you, Mike.
Michael Koffer,
Thank you, Michael.
Donaldo Iono,
Donaldo.
Susan Holiday,
Susan.
Jeff McIntosh, and Scott
That's
Mazier.
Jeff. That's Jeff with the Golden.
Jeff, that's with Goldilocks. That's right.
And the last one, sorry, I spoke over you, Nick.
Scott Mazier.
Thank you, Scott. And
Thank you.
Scott also had a very interesting question and wanted to let us know about a family project.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Listen to this. This is again big block Mopars.
Hi, Bandit. I see Bandit there.
Okay, here we go.
We love you.
After raising a lot of children, I got my 69 Dodge Charger. And with that being said, I'm building my 3.3 high performance motor and 727 transmission. My youngest daughter had always told me that she wanted to be like me and drive American muscle in the form of a 72 CUDA.
How cool is that?
Nice.
That is awesome. That is rare.
Very cool.
Good taste.
So last March we bought her a 440 and a 4-speed. So we look forward to watching you together. So daughter and father watch me together.
Beautiful.
Scotty and Madison. P.S. Any tips on making that 3 to keep up with my girl would be appreciated. That's too
good
much,
one.
Scott. This is a good one. Okay, so he wants to stay with the 3.3, try to compete with his daughter with a 440.
I love it.
Well,
How nice is that? I
Yeah,
love
it's
the
good.
family stories. They always touch
Yeah.
my heart.
we have a lot of father sons. This one's a father and daughter,
You
like
know,
myself.
a parent with his child bonding together over a car like that is a
Awesome.
fantastic.
It is.
fantastic
Better than
thing.
that.
You know,
Because all the
some-
young kids today don't know nothing about muscle cars,
you know,
unfortunately.
unfortunately, so
You can't
God
bond
bless.
over Crash Bandicoot.
yes, and the 383 can be very.
It's a good motor. It is a good motor.
It's a very, very good motor.
You know, you could do it. You could do some porting on the heads.
Yeah.
You can.
The 383?
Yeah.
Stroke it.
Yeah, stroke it, or like we put 440 cranks in him.
Well, yeah.
Or what you call it, raise the compression, put a little cam, put a nice intake. It all depends on his budget. Or stroke it like you said, and you can make good power.
Or you could put a potato in the tailpipe with a 440.
So it won't start.
It won't go.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Coffee.
Or banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah.
Oh well. Hey, so how the chat's going?
They're flying, Nick, but I gotta let you know we're already past an hour, folks.
That's okay.
Nick's gonna ask
Taverna,
you if he
Nick
can.
the Greek. So he's had forged. Yes, I know the early 3018s had forged crankshafts. That is correct. I used a 318 crank on my brother's 340 a long time ago. They're both forged.
Same stroke, same diameter.
That's right. The only thing was we had to rebalance it because it's eternal stroke with the with the 340 and bigger pistons, of course.
That's right.
But not to be, a lot of people want forged cranks, but if you have a cast crank, the only difference, you can make probably the same amount of horsepower with a cast crank, but if your car pings, it's going to break. That's the difference between a forged crank and a cast crank. I
Yeah.
had a Mustang with a cast crank. I wound that up to 8,000 RPM for 7 years. It never broke, but it never pinged either.
You know, when you put a heavy load on it, there goes a crank.
Yeah.
But you know, some cast cranks go. Look, I built a few 440s with cast crank. I've been lucky. I mean, we never had, but they
long
were
as it doesn't
cruisers
bend, they're
anyways.
good, yeah.
They were cruisers.
Yeah, for the intended application.
Is the manufacturing that much more expensive that why don't they just make all forged cranks if they're that much better?
You got to keep the cost down.
Yeah.
That they are that much more expensive
Yeah.
to make?
The cast
Probably
crank's
double the
cheaper.
price.
Double.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
you multiply that over
million
50,000
Hundreds, thousands
liters.
and thousands of cars, it adds up.
Yes, sir.
That's one of the main reasons why there's plastic intakes now.
Yo, Bob says pinning is death nail. Yeah. Hello from Nebraska. Awesome show. Thank you, Keith. And we had another one, Helms Garage. Hello from Windsor, Ontario.
Thanks for watching in Windsor.
That's a good question. 360 crank into a 340 block.
Yeah.
I don't think you can because
The mains are bigger on
that's right.
360.
Yeah, you have to cut it down.
Yeah, you could cut it down and use it, but
Kendall, did you tell people that the rope seal was completely gone when I removed the seal? You know what? I just want to say it was shredded away. Thank you, Kendall. You know what?
We hadn't mentioned that actually, that the seal wasn't just leaking, it was shredded.
It was shredded.
out.
I just hold the camera. Kendall's watching. I want to show him something now that we're here. I want to show him the difference between the two seals. I'll show you, Tom.
okay.
Give me a sec. This is a big question. Yes, this.
Be careful with your beautiful white shirt, Nick. I know these are dirty.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Here we go.
Whoops.
Okay, here we go.
It's all good.
I'll put this down.
Nick's little magic box of parts here.
Yeah, look. It's worked for me. Here they are. Rope seals, rear main. Okay, here's what I want to show you guys. Let's put it on the counter right here. Kendall, take a go look. This is the seal I bought, rope seal I bought and installed in your engine. And these are the Felpo seals I've used on the 426 Hemi that no longer leaked after it was done. Should we go with this seal? Shall we try it? I see the two different manufacturers completely, but I got this from 440 source and I figured they sell it for so many 440s, it should do the job. So I went with this. But with the Hemi, I went with this and it was not shredded away and the car was running for quite a while and it was still going good and never leaked.
Let me see this one.
Maybe this is a bad design. I'm not sure.
I think this one is the older style one.
Yes, it
the
is.
Old with the
Yes.
asbestos.
That-
I would go with this one.
Okay, that's what I'm looking at.
And this one here.
It's kind of square.
This is for a Buick. That's for a 440, and that's what I got that I put into the.
Is this an old one, like an old?
No, they're
rope
brand
seal?
new.
Oh,
They're brand new. They're brand new. You have to cut them down to the size.
I like
This
that
one will
these are-
fit?
They're fuzzy.
Sorry?
This will fit into the 440.
Yeah, this
the
is the
Buick one.
Yes, this is the Buick, and this is. I've done an Oldsmobile with this. It did the job, and this is the one I used on the Hemi, which is from Felpro, and this is the one I used in the 3.3 in Kendall's 3.3.
So if you're telling me this will fit from a Buick,
Yeah, but see, this is thicker.
they
The
have,
groove in the Buick is thinner. The groove on the 3.3 440 is bigger. It's deeper, so it's a fatter seal. Look, see, there's a difference.
Yeah. So if you order the ones from BOP for a Pontiac,
Yeah.
they're about like this. If
Okay.
you flatten it out, it'll work.
Okay.
The BOP ones don't leak.
I think Kendall's, I saw he sent me a picture on the video, this shredded away in pieces. There was nothing left in the groove.
It was
That's
digested.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
No.
Never seen it.
That's more than a leak. That's the thing is eating the seal.
The eating, yeah. There's some. Oh,
Yeah.
you said it's got the.
It's got the knurl. I got a beautiful clean crank with a beautiful knurl.
Could the knurl be
it-
too sharp?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe the knurl is sharp and it's eaten away there, the seal.
But it was a factory knurl. We didn't make the knurl. The knurl was from the factory.
But maybe with the old seal, you know, that when they get hard, it's almost like carbon.
Sadly,
Maybe it
we
made
never got a
sharp
picture of
edges.
that knurl. We never got it on camera.
I have it. I
You
have
showed
it.
me a different knurl, but you didn't show me the one that went into that engine.
Yeah. No, the one that the picture you showed was this one.
You showed me
This one.
the seal, but the knurl we're talking about.
Oh no, the knurl was on the table. You saw the crank. Yes.
That was an older one.
I think you're onto
Yes.
something there.
Yes.
George.
Yes.
I
Yes.
never got a picture of the new knurl. I don't know what it looks like. Our viewers don't know what it looks
But
like.
Kendall saw it.
But
It's
I'm
good.
sure you saw it.
Yeah, I did. It was in perfect shape. Kendall saw it. It's good. There's no damage done to it. The only difference I see is right here.
But
Kendall-
why would it get digested like that?
I don't know.
Just
It was
the-
shredded. Manny, did you know that?
It's hungry.
The rope seal got shredded away.
Completely?
But look,
Is it leaking?
look.
Yeah.
This is the rope seal I installed in the car. It's a famous rope seal that I got from 440 source.
Okay.
And
And what's this?
and this is the Felpro for a Hemi that I installed in another Hemi many years ago. And this is the one that did not leak. This one I put in. This one I used it in Kendall's. It leaked. It shredded away. It's gone. See, there's a difference.
Yeah, this
It's
is a
a
tight
real
weave. This is a
Halloween.
But you know, where I bought this from, everybody uses it. I don't know the results. I went with this.
Well, now we know the
and
results.
going to Kendall, and I saw the pictures. It got shredded away, and it was a beautiful knurl on the crankshaft.
But to me, it sounds like what George said. The knurl could be sharp and eating away at it
could be.
because it's also been
it ate
line
everything.
board, right?
Yeah,
So the crank is actually sitting deeper into the,
it's just to show you. This looks like a snake.
George, can you come here for a second?
Yeah, see, you can see the knurl.
and that knurl
You
is
can see it.
smooth.
It's
very
good.
smooth.
It's good. It's good.
There's a nice.
This is the one we've already seen on the channel, but this is not the one from the engine, folks. That's
The
why I
engine,
wasn't showing that. I didn't want
the
to
one,
confuse folks.
the one in the engine was much nicer. It was
very-
perfect.
So
It was perfect. There was nothing
Can be
missing.
that it's cutting it up because it's a fresh knurl.
Or I'm starting to believe that this seal is not the right thing. That's what I
It
believe.
might not be.
Look.
It might be that this will work better with
Time.
freshly cut knurl, and that this can't handle a freshly cut
But
knurl.
nobody cuts knurls. It's an original knurl. on the
No, I
crankshaft.
understand, but right now you have a freshly cut one on the crank, right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful knurl on the crankshaft.
Oh, brand
Does it have any? When you go over it, does it have texture to it?
How did it feel? When
No,
it
it feels like that one. Same way.
thing?
Yeah, I did. I passed my hand on it
Okay.
when it came here.
Then I don't know.
The only thing I see is right here. The difference. That's the only thing I see.
it's
But
the
the
weave.
BOP ones look like this.
Yeah.
It's got the same
Yeah.
feel, and they don't leak.
I've never seen that. I've used it first time on Kendall's engine.
You can see on the camera that this is a tighter weave than this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
yes.
this is fuzzier than this.
But this is the old
other than that-
asbestos ones.
Yes.
That never leaked.
Yeah, this is what I used on the Hemi that didn't leak. I used this on the Hemi. So I figured this is good. Bought it from a source that sells a lot of pieces for 440, 383, big block Mopar.
Didn't work for us.
Didn't work. So Kendall, maybe.
Try that one.
If you want to try this rope seal, might be lucky. I'm not sure. But poor guy went through 13, 14 times. How many times you took the engine out of the car? 6 times?
There you go, folks.
He's made 3 trips here. Or maybe more than that. 3 trips.
That was
We
a
love seeing you,
Halloween
Kendall.
nightmare.
I don't know. Anyways, Kendall.
He's a very persevering
I also did mention earlier on our show tonight that the 3.3, yes, it did start to leak. You know, I thought I cured it, but I missed the boat.
Bum,
But then
bum,
again, you know, I
bum.
still say if this engine did not have a line board, we won't have this issue today.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, it wasn't done.
After all, I've done a lot of rear seals, man.
There's a lot of butchers out there.
And if we gave it a best shot. And Kendall, I don't know if he's watching. If you want to bring it back, I'll put it in for you.
Wow. This time we have to make the cookies for them, Nick.
Yeah, after all, I got to thank his wife. How many times she brought us cookies?
Another one with cookies.
Yeah. They keep bringing us cookies.
Trying to fatten us up.
Yeah.
Especially you.
We got great viewers, let me tell you,
The
man.
best on YouTube. I
You
say
better
every
believe
week.
it.
I see a nice comment here. I have a national, from Warren Browning, I have a national oil seal, 785333, that may work.
The
Let's-
old.
What's the number? Shoot the number again.
National oil seal, 785333. Thank you very much, Warren
We'll look into it.
Browning. We'll look into it. That's very nice.
Yeah, we have a
So we're
distributor.
getting help from our viewers.
Do you have any of the old 70s rear main seals?
I had one. I just used it on Dan's Kowalski engine. I had one, and it was an old Chrysler seal I had for many years. I threw in that 440 that belongs to Dan on a Kowalski Challenger that's going to San Francisco, well, the outskirts of San Francisco. I put it in quick, didn't leak.
Okay.
We had on the dyno running, no sweat.
Nick, John Mavros, our buddy.
John, what's he saying?
Maybe try plumber's graphite rope. Plumbers use it to stop leaks with steam leaks.
Okay, John, why don't you drop by and show us?
Yeah.
We'll be here. Come by tomorrow. We'll be here, John. Thank you.
We're going to get every known profession recommending a leak stopper.
You know what? I love to have a challenge. This is a challenge. I don't want to give up on it. I like to help Kendall. And look, not only that, everybody's trying to help us with this. You gotta, this is the number 785333.
Yeah.
And John has a trick. Come by, John, and show it to us. Okay, John? Thanks.
We'll check them all out.
Yeah.
Wow, we have so many. We have Darren. Thank you, Darren.
Darren, yeah.
Thank you, Darren.
I still need to talk
He's from
to him.
Ottawa.
I know.
Thanks again to everybody who's been
Hold it.
chipping in for the Red Cross fundraiser. Thank you.
Here's
folks.
Kesley. Kesley, the fuel pump push rod barrel 70 rotor last week. You're the best. Kesley, I was going to call you tomorrow, tell you if you made it home, but I didn't have a chance. Thanks for responding to us. Thank you. Kesley, that's the 72 Roadrunner.
Yes.
The push rod shrunk. It was
Are you kidding?
It was worn out on the cam, not on the cam, on the push rod.
Yes.
A quarter of an inch. And that's the travel on mechanical fuel pump.
Yeah, the guy had no fuel.
He's working okay now.
Good.
At least that one is good. So we failed on the 383. God. Anyways.
Kendall says he's going to be trying a Viton seal tomorrow.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, I told him to give it a try. Because it's a perfect crank. He's going to try it.
We're all rooting for you.
Kendall, try it. Try it. Don't worry.
And
Just try
we're
it.
anxiously awaiting the results.
Yeah, you know the whole world's waiting on this.
No pressure.
No pressure. Just everybody with an engine like yours is waiting.
Yes.
And a few others.
Kesley, you're the best. Well, we try. We try our best. That's one with the push rod. Kesley. There it is. He's right here.
The Roadrunner?
Yeah, he's going good so far.
Yeah.
It's good.
He says thank you.
Our pleasure.
That's what we're here for, no?
Say hello to Johnny. Johnny Zanta's somewhere down there.
Oh, he's over there. We're all here tonight.
Yeah.
It's Friday Night Live from Nick's Garage. I wish I could read him. John McDonald says hello from Quebec City. Hello, John.
Yeah.
Grab your seat and dig in if you want, Nick.
Sorry?
Grab your seat.
No,
and
it's
dig in.
okay.
Come on.
It's all good. It's all good. You can read him, Maverick.
Yeah, I use Indian head, Wes Hilton writes, I use Indian head gasket
Gasket
shellac on the block rear seal. They always say not to use anything, but I always did because you can clean with the excess with alcohol.
Do you
So you
want
know
to
that-
use a glue on a moving part, though?
Remember that glue you
Well,
used? That
maybe-
brown
No, it's that
blue.
shellac there. That
It's,
the brown
yeah,
shellac from
I use it for
Zero
core
Flow.
plugs, yeah.
But
It's probably
that's
using.
right.
But they're not moving all the time. A
No,
seal
no,
is
no. The
constantly
seal is
moving.
supposed to stay locked. It's not supposed to turn. Maybe he's using for that. Or maybe he's using it between the seal and the block or the retainer as if there's an air gap, maybe he's using the shellac to make up for it.
Could be.
You know, anything's possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything's possible.
Although this seal would have gotten torn apart anyway. No, if
Yeah,
it was
yeah, that
sealed
was
into
it. That
the
was
block.
yeah, that was a different story. You know, the way I seen the pictures when Kendall sent them to me. You took off the flywheel cover and there were pieces of the rope.
Yeah.
Then he took out the oil pan. He found pieces of rope in the oil pan.
makes
I've
me
never
sick.
seen that.
John
I
Paulo
think
says
George-
once and for all, 454 LS6 or 426 Hemi. Well, to me, I'm a Chevy guy, but 426 Hemi is king. We all know that.
Wow.
Looking
even
super
the,
stock.
Even the Chevy guys bow down to the
Super stock Hemis are their own class. There's no big block Chevy racing against any kind of Hemi. They put it in a different class. So
Hello.
I can't deny the facts, right?
That's
And
true.
also, I used to work for Ray Barton, and we used to do super stock. So
You've been
I
there.
got a soft heart for Hemis.
Been there, done that.
Yep.
Nice.
What else you see there, Maverick?
Shellac. Joe Blow 819. I remember old guys use shellac.
You know the
I
old
don't
head
know.
That's
gasket?
it. That's the same stuff these
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
copper spray. You know, back at the dealership,
Yes.
back in the when I worked for the dealership in 1976, a steel head gasket, I used a shellac with the brush before I installed the head
That's
with the
what
shim
you show-
gasket.
that's how you show
Today I
it.
use a copper spray from Permatex.
Yeah, it's
okay.
good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
On a steel shim gasket, I use on paper gasket. We don't use any copper spray, but on a thin sheet metal shim head gasket, yes, I use that copper
I use
spray.
them on turbo applications.
That too, eh?
Yeah.
If I could just interject, I missed it when it happened, but we've busted the $800 foundation layer.
Nice.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, everybody needs help in this world, man.
Here's a good point.
What?
Crankcase pressure from David. I don't want to try to pronounce
Well,
it
yeah,
right.
we put a PCV valve, we put breathers.
okay.
If you don't put none of that, forget it. You're going to be start blowing any kind of
Hi, Nick and
gasket.
gang from Vancouver.
Vancouver.
At a 0 degree overnight now. Well,
Hi
I
from
hate to
Rodney.
see that.
Well,
Ford
we're-
guys.
Four
Yay.
guys, yeah.
Okay, right.
Rope seal.
Manny
sorry.
just spoke
I
up.
just popped in.
Says the rope seal definitely got eaten by a snag on the crank knurling. That's exactly what George said.
Yeah.
There's nothing else there to
Yeah,
get snagged
exactly.
on. It's all smooth surfaces except for the knurling. It's the only thing touching
Yeah.
the seal.
Exactly.
That's right. I know that. That's why I said, you know what? Maybe,
Well, that snag's got to come off no matter what you put in there. If that
I
snag's
don't know,
there,
maybe this might
it's
be
gonna
the
chew
answer.
everything, right?
But how does the
Might be.
finished part come out with snags on it,
I don't
especially
know.
in the seal zone.
Where's
It's
the other
No, the knurl itself, the way it's created, it's actually a cutting wheel that rotates around the steel. So as you're turning the crank, this thing is just cutting. It's almost like think of it as a bulldozer, just coming in and making marks on it the way it would on
But
asphalt.
then don't they buff it up and finish it and make sure
Not,
it's nice? And
they do, but to what level? That's the question. They're supposed
Good
to polish
good
it after.
crankshaft shops usually do balance
Shocking.
them.
yeah.
Sorry, polish them, but
Again, it's a balancing act, right? You need to cut enough so that it's not sharp, but not so much that it's smooth again and
Exactly.
doesn't push back the oil because it acts as a pump.
It just
forget
could be
that
right.
block is line board.
I wish I could see
Yeah.
that crank.
So the bottom part
Oh, it
of
was
the
in good
crank is
shape.
sitting way lower in the block.
It was
you know
in
what
good
I mean?
shape.
Onto the seal, because when they do a line board, they don't cut the seal part. No,
No,
the mains.
the cavity where the seal goes is not touched. The saddles of the block where the crank bearings sit is cut.
Yeah.
But of course, in this case, the seal doesn't change location; it stays in the same place. Maybe it got crushed on the top half, and then just took along with it the whole thing.
And then it took it for a
It
ride.
just got pushed into the knurling on the other side.
Yeah, that's
That meat
right.
Grinder. It's getting
Yeah.
squashed and
yeah.
ground up on the other end.
Yeah.
Okay, building Mike's project. Building a 383 496 stroker, so you're putting a 4 1/4 crank in it.
Yeah.
440 source parts using 906 heads. Can I expect decent horsepower? Absolutely. And outstanding torque. My God, those motors make
You
so
better
much
pour it out
torque.
those heads with that kind of cubic inch.
Yeah, I hope you have good U-joints.
Yeah,
and
you
diff.
better pour it out those heads, buddy.
Yeah, but it needs airflow.
Sometimes you're gonna have to go bigger than a 208 valve, maybe like a 214.
214, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, it's all good. It's all good.
The exhaust valve can stay stock.
Yeah.
The intake has to go bigger.
It's the intake. That's
And
right.
now we got another suggestion from somebody.
Okay, what is it?
WJR. You cannot use plumber's graphite rope. It's a rope dense enough. It has to be compressed under a packing gland or similar. I don't know.
Something tells me that the name plumbers doesn't really lend itself
Don't-
to engine building somehow.
Okay,
but
let's
Other than that,
let's use another word like machinist. Let's not use the word plumber.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you
You know-
put in a rope seal, you flatten it first.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you put it in, and then you
That's right.
smooth it out.
That's right. Then you put oil on it, then I
So
put the
you
crank in
actually
place.
are compressing it.
You are, yes.
Yeah,
it has to be compressed. It has to be.
Yeah. Here's one that I'm familiar with. TDM Mazrat 500 writes TDM solid lifters. I think it should be EDM. With the oil hole on the foot of lifter works great too. Yes, I've had.
Very well.
Yeah, it lubricates the flat lobe. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
But
a.
also, you still need zinc.
You still
Yeah,
No
of
matter
course.
what, on
No
the
matter
old
what, you
engines,
still
you
need
need
zinc.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Nick. I've had hydraulics
I know.
and solids.
I know that.
Once I put the solid with those EDM and the valve control you get out of it, I'm a big advocate of solid lifter cams.
Okay. No.
Like John,
A
like
lot,
Johnny's.
a lot of people ask, where do we go to roller cams? So get away from this flat cap and one. You know, I've been lucky. Let's say I build 100 engines, one flat top and one out. Robert's 400. I mean, that's good odds, no?
Yes.
Yeah, but
My odds are good.
it's also the cost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Look at the people. You want to go to a roller cam? It's much more expensive. Then you go to roller lifters. You're at $1,000. Then you got to change your push rods. It doesn't end. So you know your budget is blown.
And you need more spring pressure.
That's
so
right.
on,
That's
and
right. So
on.
you're
so on and so
changing. You're changing everything.
And plus on Chrysler, since it's a 904 lifter, you're not getting the full advantages of the, let's say, Chevys that are 842. Because they're so big, right? You're getting full advantage of the lift of the
Hello.
lobe. On hydraulic roller, you're not going to gain that much more on Chryslers.
I don't know, but they work for me. The flat tappets, man. Let me tell you.
And you gave me that idea that time when you did Johnny Zonta's motor. You had hydraulic roller in it, and the car went 12 something in the quarter mile. And after you put the solid flat tappet,
That was years ago.
yes, it went into the 11s.
Yeah, something changed. I don't know what happened, but a roller cam makes more power.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
solid roller.
But yes, but we changed the cam profile.
No, it's a solid flat, John.
Yeah, we changed the cam profile too.
Yes. Okay.
That's why.
interesting question back on the leak, Nick. Joel Jenkins asked, let me word it exactly as he did. Oh, I've already lost it. How come it doesn't leak until it goes back in the car?
Sometimes it needs wear and tear. That's why we say sometimes, let's see when he gets home and he drives it for a while, see what happens. Like the first time. We had on the dyno, took it home, Kendall drove the car for a little bit, and then it started leaking after a while.
Both times.
Both times.
I've had
And
seals like that leak. The guy drives it all summer, no issues. Parks it for the winter, takes it out in springtime, it leaks.
yeah, you never know. Wow. You never know. Sometimes I put an engine in storage for two years. I wonder if something's going to dry up or not. Put it back in the car. In many cases, I was lucky. It didn't leak.
Yeah.
Look at Kawasaki, like 440. It's got 465 miles on it. Still doing good. But it's got a Felpo Vitan seal in there. Okay.
A band that says Granny's Panties.
Okay, Bandit.
Okay, Bandit, you're banned.
That's funny. Oh my gosh.
I don't think granny panties have to worry about stopping leaks.
It's okay. It's all good. Anyways, I don't
I think
know.
they're called Depends, no?
Anyways, I just want to. Maverick Group go all night long. We won't
No
stop.
kidding, it won't
Anyways,
stop.
let me just thank everybody.
Thanks,
It
everybody.
is
Thanks,
a fun
everybody.
night.
Thank you, everybody.
We had a great time tonight.
I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, of course. Jeff, Heather, Kendall, and everybody.
Yeah.
Is Eugene
Thank
with
you
us
very
tonight
much.
by any chance?
Yes, Eugene was here earlier.
Eugene, how you doing? Everybody's here. Good, man. And John Maverick, too. I was surprised.
Yes.
And I wanted to thank you guys for joining us here on a live show. And don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Press the like button and join us again in 2 weeks. And stay tuned for the road test on that CUDA Monday night.
Welcome to all our new viewers. We got a whole bunch of new folks this
Great.
week, Nick.
That's right.
Monday's video was a huge success. Welcome, everybody. We appreciate you. Thanks again for donating to the American Red Cross.
Thank you, yes.
fundraiser. We're keeping that going to the end of the year, and we've got a great giveaway associated with it, but not associated with it. You don't have to give, but if you comment American Red Cross, all one word, below this video or any of our other lives, we're going to make a draw at the end of the year for a fabulous road sign.
Oh, the one from Tim
That's right.
from BC, Surrey, British Columbia.
Auto Route 440, Nick's Garage.
Yes, that's going to be a
nice.
giveaway. So I like you guys are going to have it.
Very cool. Thanks.
Thanks, you guys. Stay tuned till
Thank
next
you.
time.
Good night.
Thank you, Melissa. Also
Oh,
did a
yes.
tremendous
Yes,
job.
of course.
I keep-
How could we forget?
Melissa, sorry. Thank you very much.
And we made her work overtime tonight, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'll have to make it up to her, George.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. We'll see you next week. Check out Monday's video.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Peace, love, and muscle cars.
That's right.
Yeah.